Well, I sure as hell am not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything. But I will say this. Movies inspiring video games isn't anything new. And, even the other way around. Sometimes a good video game can inspire a good movie or a good film. We know this. But one of the things that I found fascinating a year ago or 2 years ago maybe was I made a video on GTA 6 and someone commented that a lot of the GTA games are inspired by different movies. Now, obviously, you can see some influence of some movies that are very famous, like maybe Scarface and Vice City and stuff like that. Like that one's an obvious one. Like there's some inspiration drawn from the movie Scarface with Al Pacino to Vice City, the game, back in the early 2000s. Another one that I found extremely interesting that I had no idea of was Niko Bellic from GTA 4. Now, Niko Bellic is one of my favorite characters and GTA 4 is one of my favorite games. And I never knew that he was inspired in look and design and demeanor by Sasha from 2001's Behind Enemy Lines. I had no clue, no idea. And now if we look up on Google the inspiration behind that, we're fed some interesting points. Vladimir Mashkov, the guy who plays Sasha in Behind Enemy Lines, was reportedly considered for the voice of Niko, but he ultimately declined the role. His portrayal of the hardened soldier likely served as a strong visual and character inspiration. And I will show you guys the characters side by side. And it looks exactly like him. I mean, you don't connect the two for some reason. At least I didn't, unless someone brings it up to you. And someone brought it up to me about a year and a half ago, and I've never forgotten about that. Now, Behind Enemy Lines is a film set during the Bosnian War, which features Sasha as a Serbian soldier navigating dangerous situations and facing betrayal. This mirrors the aspects of Niko's backstory and his motivations in GTA 4. This is incredible. But you know what got me thinking about this and why we're even talking about Sasha and Niko Bellic and all this stuff is because of GTA 6. Now, GTA 6 is going to be a game that has been inspired by many different movies. Now, I saw a post on a GTA forum by Maverick Says Relax 115, and he put out here in GTA 6 from speculation. This is what he said. He said that he thinks that the game GTA 6 is inspired by the movies Bonnie and Clyde, The Place Beyond the Pines, and Miami Vice. And the one that really stood out to me was The Place Beyond the Pines. If you have not seen that film with Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes, Bradley Cooper, I mean, it is a fantastic, honestly, and it's tragic and sad, and I can actually see Lucia and Jason kind of having a similar tragedy happen in their life. I mean, it's a great connection. So again, this is just speculation. I think this is what Maverick Says Relax 15 would like the film to be inspired by, or what he thinks it's inspired by based on what we've seen so far. Now, I would add to that part Heat. I would add Heat 100%. Now, again, a while back on Reddit, and I can't show you this because I can't remember. I just know that I saw it, but I can't remember the name or anything like that. But a while back on Reddit, somebody shared movies that were actually supposedly confirmed. Now, we obviously don't know this, but supposedly they were confirmed to show the movies that were inspiring this new up-and-coming GTA 6. And one of those films for sure was Heat. And if you don't know what Heat is, I mean, I'm sure most of you guys do. Like, I would say 90% of you guys probably know Heat by Michael Mann, 1995. And its film synopsis reads, Master criminal Neil McCauley is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men, while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hannah attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos of his own life, including the infidelity of his wife and the mental health of his stepdaughter. McCauley and Hannah discover a mutual respect even as they try to thwart each other's plans. Now, McCauley is played by Robert De Niro, the criminal, and the lieutenant is played by Al Pacino, the good guy, so to speak. Now, in that movie, you also have Val Kilmer, who plays a very prominent character, Chris Sherrills, and his character has a tragic story with his wife as well. And so there's going to be some inspiration from the movie Heat into GTA 6, whether that's bank robbery, whether that's heist, whether that's the love story between Val Kilmer and his wife. It could draw from so many different things. Now, I bring up Heat specifically today because if we look on Rockstar's page, we get to see this clip of Rahul Bautista. And if you click on it, it's during a heist. Clearly, they robbed a bank or something. The setting, the lighting, the smoke, the design, the shot, it all looks like it's ripped from Heat and his shootout scene. Now, a shootout scene is one of the most famous scenes in cinema. It's one of the most famous scenes of the film. And you could grab this clip of Raul Bautista and you could put it in the movie somehow with the sound design, with everything, and it would look just, it looks like it mirrors it so well. Clearly, Heat is a big inspiration, and at the bare minimum, Heat inspires this scene tremendously because there's no denying it whatsoever. I mean, we see Lucia here as well. We see Jason in the back. This is going to be a big shootout scene, and I'm really excited to play through it. But a lot of people were claiming that this character right here was based off of Val Kilmer's character in Heat. Now, there is potential that that could be true. And now why would he be based off Val Kilmer? Well, we see that he has the longer hair here. We see that he has the little bandana on his neck, and the way he kind of moves, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of eerie. It looks like Val Kilmer's character kind of cutting the corners and shooting behind the car. And full disclosure, I began watching Heat again for the third time yesterday. Last night I put it on. I got about an hour in, and I'm gonna finish it tonight. Just such a good film. Honestly, such a good film. So much rewatchability. And I watched it again specifically to make this video to just kind of get, remember some stuff and things like that, kind of remember the vibe. But my point is here, my point is here that Rahul Bautista appears to be a character with a lot of experience. And if we look at his bio again personally, it reads confidence, charm, and cunning. Rahul's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. Now that is what it says here. And now we have a quote from Rahul Bautista himself. Life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wise to remember that. So clearly, Rahul Bautista has a streak in him, a mean shit in him. He's a leader. He runs shit. He probably got his own kind of thing going, right? And the last part of his bio says, Rahul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. Now, we get a pretty good look at Rahul Bautista, who he is, and maybe some of the stuff that he may be doing in GTA 6. Now, I personally feel, obviously, his character is inspired by the movie Heat. And obviously, his look and design and mannerisms could be inspired by Val Kilmer. But inspiration can be adapted in many forms and in many ways. It doesn't mean that his character is based off of Val Kilmer. If anything, I think Rahul Bautista is more akin to Neil McCauley, Robert De Niro's character. Now, why do I say that? Maybe in design, Rahul doesn't look like Neil McCauley, the guy again played by Robert De Niro, but he is the leader. He is the mastermind. He is the heist guy. He is the one sending out threats. I mean, Rahul Bautista is an experienced, seasoned criminal, an experienced, seasoned bank robber. He's been doing this for a long time, and he looks like he's real deal. It looks like he takes big scores, and that's what Neil McCauley did. He took big scores, and he had his crew. This thing reads his crew. So Rahul Bautista is clearly the guy in charge. Now, Val Kilmer's character was great, a big part of the movie, a very confident individual and a trusted source of Neil McCauley, but he wasn't the leader. He wasn't the guy to lead. It wasn't his crew. He was just one of the guys working for Neil McCauley. And I think Rahul Bautista, if anything, is inspired heavily by Neil McCauley from Heat, and in mannerisms and in look, gave a look like Val Kilmer. Obviously, Val Kilmer's a white male. Rahul Bautista looks like he's maybe Cuban or maybe from a different, like something like that, from that area. But I think character-wise, Rahul Bautista can be very linked to Neil McCauley. And I think if you want to see what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen the movie Heat, watch the movie Heat from 1995 and look at Robert De Niro's character, and then look at Rahul Bautista. Look at how he looks. Look at how he talks. Look at the screenshots that we have. I mean, he looks like he is going to be not a carbon copy, but a very similar copy to Neil McCauley from Heat. And I think that's going to be really, really cool. That shootout scene that they're depicting, showing Rahul Bautista's character cutting that corner, it looks so good. Honestly, it looks so good. And I don't know what other movies truly are going to be inspiring GTA 6. It's definitely not going to be just Heat inspired GTA 6 and that's it. It's going to be like the whole story of Heat. No, it's going to take parts and elements. So we got some elements of Heat, and we're probably gonna have some elements potentially, like that other guy said about The Place Beyond the Pines, which is another fantastic film. You're probably gonna have some elements of Bonnie and Clyde. That one's like the main one that we already know. It's just so much cool stuff. GTA 6 pulls from these movies, from these genres, from these famous things that are going on, and they put it into the game, and sometimes we don't even realize it unless we actually start digging. And I think Heat being a source of inspiration is gonna be so cool, and it's something that I'm looking forward to. Now, some of you guys might say that GTA 5 also took inspiration from Heat, with Michael and him being a bank robber and stuff like that. And maybe it did, right? And maybe it did. And why would GTA do it again? Well, because I think that GTA 6 and the people now at Rockstar, they understand that they're so much more advanced in technology, in the way they shoot things, and in character creation, that maybe they wanted to try again. And not centric completely around our main character like they did with Michael, but what if they did it with Heat and a new character, like a side character, and you're able to recreate some awesome scenes that you really like that shootout scene in Heat, and you can now recreate it in almost all its glory, and give it a run for its money. That's going to be hard to do, but I mean, I think they like those challenges, and that's why they take them on. And I think that's why maybe GTA 5 and GTA 6 took some inspiration, again, from this great film, Heat. Who do you think Raul Bautista is based on? Do you think he's more based on Val Kilmer's character in Heat or more based on Robert De Niro's character in Heat?